West Hollywood contained a high concentration of bohemian actors, writers, and designers, just like me. Many, if not gay, were very friendly to unconventional sexual arrangements. Most typical of this was a happening scene circa 1920 to 1950 called the Garden of Alla, located at the intersection of Sunset Boulevard and Crescent Heights.
The garden's 25 bungalows were rented to superstars and has-beens alike, whose careers were either skyrocketing up or plummeting down. In the glow of colored garden lights, inebriated guests gossiped and giggled safely away from the limelight. Supposedly, some people jumped into a pool shaped like the Black Sea, all while still wearing their tuxes and evening gowns. It was a haven both for wild hetero-adultery and frisky homo-cavorting outside LAPD jurisdiction in the more lenient LA County territory.
Presiding over this was a major silent film star who is also a major lesbian, a Russian emigre by the name of Alla. Her fame and flamboyant lifestyle were as big and wild as her facial expressions and her on-screen roles. Part of the party at Alla's garden involved the sapphic scene of that era, referred to as the sewing circle, a group of lesbian and bisexual entertainment industry women who led secret lives. A great woman deserves many great women in her life, don't you think?
There was Jean Acker, a motorcycle-riding actress who was Rudolph Valentino's first beard. Wife. Acker later lived openly with her lover and former Ziegfeld Follies girl, Chloe Carter.
Some other notable women in Alla's life included Dorothy Arris, a prolific film director who launched many star careers and was the first female to become a member of the Directors Guild of America. Ava Le Gallienne, acclaimed actress in the art of theater. Dolly Wilde, niece of gay icon Oscar Wilde. Mercedes de Acosta, a poet and writer who scandalously revealed her many lesbian relationships in her 1960 memoir, Here Lies the Heart. And Gleska Marshall, a theatrical benefactor who lived with Nazimova at the Garden of Alla until Alla's death in 1945. But just because she died doesn't mean the parties stopped.
Nothing interrupted the continual tumult that was life at the Garden of Alla. Now and then the men in white came with the van and took somebody away, or bankruptcy, or divorce, or even jail claimed a participant in its strictly unstately sarabands. Nobody paid any mind. So wrote the journalist Lucius Bibi, one of the wittiest and best dressed New York queens covering the Hollywood scene for Time magazine in 1959. And then there's Sheila Graham, lover to F. Scott Fitzgerald. She even wrote an entire book about the place. Here's a quote from her.
There is no place for a Garden of Alla that for one brief moment was Camelot. It was inevitable that Hollywood as we knew it and its satellite, Alla's Garden, should disappear together.
And so it did.
In 1959, the Garden of Alla was completely razed to make way for Lytton Savings Bank. Its total disappearance is rumored to have inspired nearby Laurel Canyon resident Joni Mitchell's lyrics in her famous song Big Yellow Taxi. After all, they paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Stuart Timmons West Hollywood LGBTQ History Tour. We have a lot more in store for you, so please stay tuned.
Unconventional sex arrangements.
Don't you agree?
unconventional sexual arrangements.
Or wife, whatever you call it. I mean, whoops.
Unconventional sexual arrangements.